Hi everyone, this is Clear Communication here. How are you all doing? I hope you're fine and that you've had some really good days since we last spoke to each other. Well, today is Saturday evening and I wanted to spend some time together with you and with the lovely tarot cards. It's really, I really like to do that because it's very relaxing. And the tarot cards actually feel like dear friends to me. They always give answers and guide me for the highest good in love and light. And they're also being very honest. And I thought I wanted to pop in and check out what the cards have to tell you for your highest good in love and light. And when I was shuffling the cards, actually 2 cards fell out. And I always take those because they have a specific message. So let's see what you need to hear right now. One more time. Okay, so we start with the 2 cards and we actually have 1, 2, 3 more. Yeah. And I always turn up what's actually surrounding you. And I saw the beautiful Hermit. So perhaps you are in a kind of hermit mode actually, or you have been listening a lot and turned inwards a lot. Maybe you're seeking some answers, or I think you are actually, and it could be quite big answers because it feels related to like you have separated yourself to be able to listen to what your inner voice has to say, because it feels like you are seeking some answers. Perhaps you're wondering about the way ahead, what's lying ahead of you, and it's like perhaps you also have some kind of choice to make if you should go left or right. So perhaps you have some important choices or options to choose between, because I can feel this person, she's like, you see there are 2 ships coming in and she's put herself on the top and she tries to find out which one is the best for her. And perhaps any of those choices needs you to make some kind of effort in some way, either you move or some geographical thing. But I feel a positive feeling with this, and I know that you're going to find the answers. You actually already have it within. And if you're still unsure or what you are thinking of, just make sure or just be aware of that where the heart leads you, that is always the right way. When you're thinking of things that makes you happy and joyful, and where you get this good gut feeling, that's where the answer is. And if you have this choice, go after what makes you feel the best inside. So perhaps for some of you it's none of those. It was just a feeling. But no, I actually saw these 2 cards falling out. They were beautiful. You have the Ace of Cups and the Chariot. So that tells me what is surrounding you or coming into your life is this very emotional, wonderful feeling. And also the victory cards. For me, I used to say that the chariot is the victory. So it feels like what is coming in for you, you will never miss it. What is meant for you will never pass you by. But perhaps that is why you feel it's of such an importance that you really listen to what your heart tells you and seek the guidance within. Because I think you can either feel it or it's almost like you can sense it, what is coming in. And trust me, you won't make the wrong choice, because this is what is lying ahead. It's some kind of emotional transformation where I can see that you're letting something go, and it's some kind of transformal energy, because look at these beautiful butterflies, And that tells me that you will have a very light-hearted, what's the word in English? You will feel very light-hearted and almost like those butterflies fluttering away. It's like, so perhaps you're releasing something, because there's a lot of joy inside of you that really, you release a lot of joy and happiness. And you will also have some extra of those energies, joy, happiness. And so I think that you are letting something out that has always been inside of you and the kind of person you are. So perhaps you've been keeping something inside of you, and now it's time to let it out. The time is finally here to show the world who you are and to follow your heart, because I think those butterflies come from your heart and your soul. And this is who you are. You are such a beautiful soul. So I think whatever is going on in your life now, know that there will be some kind of release where you feel so much calmer and more in the love and light. It's so beautiful. So I think either you're growing as a person or developing, but it's very, very beautiful, because things are really moving forward. I don't think it's in a very quick way. Usually the chariot is a very fast energy, and this could be fast as well, but not you see the snail here, it's not that fast, but it's in a pace that you really have time to enjoy the ride and enjoy what's coming. And you also see you are so, how do you say, you are so in command, and you are really showing the way here. So it tells me that you are so ready and you're on the way, and whatever has been, if it has been something that's been difficult in your life, you're on the way now, and things are really, you are the winner in this, and you are setting the not the boundaries, but you are deciding where to go, who to talk to. You're in charge. And for some of you that can always, I felt it geographical. So perhaps some of you are moving, perhaps not physically moving, but yeah, well, you can be, because the snail have this house here, but it's in a very good way. If you are planning to move, then it's because that you want it, not because you have to do it. So it's very, very beautiful cards here. So it's some kind of victories coming in, where your heart really thanks you and appreciates the person you are and where you're going. And this is the King of Cups. Beautiful energy. For some of you, that can also tells me, I get kind of two messages here, because that can also be, I feel some love involved here. Because I think that the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups belong together. So for some of you, perhaps you are welcoming love into your life, and love in a way that really allows you to be the one you were meant to be, and the person you are here in this life. You're in your right element. Because I feel with the King of Cups, I mean, it's the most experienced person, those are the kings. So perhaps that is why your heart is fluttering so, because you let someone in your life, not for the first time, but for a very, very long time, and that is someone that is very, very right for you. Emotional, stable, and also a person that has a lot of experience in his or her life, and also a person who is always developing and transforming and working with him or herself, and also a very intuitive person with a lot of inner wisdom and knowledge. So perhaps you will meet someone who also looks for someone to share their life with, because I can see this very deep emotional wish here, and that person also wants to share someone who really they can have long talks with, and with deep talking, not just about the weather and what you will have for dinner, because this is also a very wise and emotional person. And if it's not love, that tells me that it's your energy, and it's a beautiful energy, because that tells me you have so much wisdom inside of you. And perhaps some of you, it's a lot of water here actually. So perhaps some of you are planning to go on a trip by boat, or it's actually that you are ready to do some kind of move in your life now. Because I see this boat. There's been some kind of boats, and the boats, that's well, actually can symbolize that some major things are actually on their way, and that you're finally ready to let them into your life. That's a better explanation. You are so ready now. So for some of you, you haven't been ready until now, but now you are. And if you are ready, yes you are. And you are welcoming a very emotional and beautiful experience in your life. That is a part of you, and that is meant to be. So what this boat is for you, I don't know. But the boat is like something very big that has been actually on the way to you for a long, long time, but now it's finally here. So it's a part of you and part of your life's journey. And it's finally here. There are quite some big energies right now. Oops, then I dropped it as well. What does that mean? That means you won't drop it, so don't be afraid. Because I feel this thing could mean so much to you that you're almost afraid that it could be not easy, but safest not to let it in your life, because what if you lose it? But you don't need to be afraid, because you will never ever lose it again, because this is a part of your life's journey. That is how I can say it. And it's a part of your heart, actually. Okay, so you have the Two of Cups and the Knight of Swords. And that tells me, because I can see this person, she's got a heart. So perhaps this thing is all about being scared to really let something into your life, because that is something that you really love so deeply, or something that is so because I see this kind of fragile. I think she's very trying to protect her heart, because it's so fragile. Perhaps you've been hurt before, or perhaps life has hit you hard, and many things have happened that haven't been so easy. And that has perhaps made you put this protective shelter up, not to be hurt, not to be let down, and then you haven't taken any risk or let someone in, or that could be all in love or with those big things that you've tried to manifest into your life, but perhaps you haven't been ready to let them in. But now you are, and you are protected. Oh, yes, you are. Look at this beautiful flower. She's sitting in this lotus flower, and that means you are so divinely protected. And you are so ready for love, I can feel. I can feel that I hear this kind of beautiful music, like if you could hear the angels play the harp, like they used to do in the fairy tales. It's like this soft, lovely music she's playing at her heart. So whatever is going on, you should know that this thing that is coming in will make your heart sing. And it's very emotional, powerful and beautiful. But what is this Two of Swords about? Well, I could tell you right away, there is no need to worry, and don't overthink. Well, it's easier said than done. But perhaps you're in this mood right now where you think that you don't know, or you don't see anything. But I think, or actually I know, because you have the answer inside of you. Just ask your heart, because there are all the answers. And if you can't hear the heart, by some reason, you can just ask your friends, because I feel you have these loyal friends surrounding you, and I think that everyone in your surrounding will tell that have your highest good will tell you the same thing. And it's something about daring to try new things, to do something and explore something that you've never done before. And I understand that can feel so frightening. Yes, I can relate to that. But look at this person. You see, there's so much growth taking place now. So you better get going, because you have so much growth and expansion coming towards you. You can't even wear your hat any longer because you have so much knowledge, you have so much possibilities, you have so much that just wants to come into your life and make it abundant and flourish even more. So if you're afraid, or if it feels difficult because that is the unknown water, unknown territory, or something you haven't done before, there's no need to worry, because you are so protected. And your heart is protected. You won't get hurt, concerned to this again. You are carried. I think this is something bigger and also meant for you. You will be floating and your heart will be singing, and so will you. Okay, so let's take an oracle card and see if they can say something. Oh, okay. Automatic negative thoughts. So what is that about? You are learning to take charge of the thoughts you choose to give life to. Yep. So that is also what the Two of Swords are thinking about. You're learning to controlling. And I think that if you do sometimes get stuck in the negative talk, I think what is coming in for you is so strong. And you don't want to think like that any longer, because you feel that something big is waiting you. And yes, there is no way back. There is only one way, and it is forward. And it's coming into your life no matter what. So that is also breaking some kind of pattern, because you see these negative thoughts. Look what's coming in here. It's flourishing and growing, and they like push the negative away. That is on the way to you as well. Very interesting. And finally, I will take a card from, I think it's an oracle card deck from Radleigh Valentine that I love very much. Okay, finally, what's going on? Oh, look at this. You are ready for more. Well, you tell me. Look at this. It is the same flowers almost. You are ready for more. And it's card number 40. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. Yes, and I can feel, look at this beautiful, harmonious energy. You are so ready and you are so taken care of. And look what's waiting to come into you. I mean, this big, beautiful flower. There's so much flourishing. How do you say that? So much to be flourishing in your life that you can't almost even keep it together. So there is really abundance, and this is the really a passionate, loving color. So there is so much love, so much growth coming into your life, and you are so ready for it. There's nothing to hesitate about. Just follow your heart and ask the heart, because the heart has always got the answers. Okay, so that was it for today, dear friends. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.